Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to On the Move, where we go behind the scenes of some of Forsyth County's larger construction and infrastructure projects. Today, we're standing in a field here in South Forsyth, but what this could look like in a few years might be quite different. That's because we're at the proposed future site of the Gathering at South Forsyth. You may have heard a little bit about it. This is a proposed development that would bring some entertainment, dining, and possibly an arena to South Forsyth County. David McKee is the county manager for Forsyth County. David's kind enough to join us here today as we talk about some of the infrastructure around this proposed development. David, first of all, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, Russell, thanks for being here. Good to get an opportunity to get out of the office and come down and look at and talk about some of our infrastructure projects that we have in the works.
And there is a lot. You might be able to hear some of the construction happening around us right now as we speak. We are at the corner of Union Hill and 400, just off of McGinnis Ferry and Ronald Reagan Blvd. We're going to talk about some of those projects here in just a second and how the county's preparing infrastructure-wise around this proposed development. But first of all, David, just what does this proposed development mean for Forsyth County?
Yeah, Russell, I think this proposed development, it means a lot outside of the amenities that you saw that were public a couple days ago. I think our commissioner attested it to the battery, but better. So that's the type of development that's going to be coming here. What that means also to the county is really a bigger picture. This is a big economic driver, not only to the county, but to the region and even to the southeast. So we're looking forward to working with the developers, working through the traffic issues that would arise with a development like this, and coming together for a good community solution, both from the regional level, but all the way down to the local level. A little broader scale, it means a lot for our Greenway system, and I think we're going to talk a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So we'll talk about what this means for the Big Creek Greenway here in just a few minutes. But first, just the surrounding roads here. This obviously is a very growing area in South Forsyth. So infrastructure-wise, how's the county getting ready for this?
Yeah, it's a good question, Russell, and I think that's probably the most important question that everybody is asking now. We're operating under a 2018 Master Transportation Improvement Plan. We're right here just off of Union Hill Road. At the signal down here, it becomes McGinnis Ferry Road. We have a project that's going out to bid this week, which will complete the widening section of McGinnis Ferry. That project was in the works far before this proposed development even came. The extension of Ronald Reagan, so we'll have a frontage road basically running parallel to 400 all the way north to Baldridge Road, and the McGinnis Ferry interchange here as well. So what we're going to cover as part of the infrastructure that's going to be live certainly before this proposed development, if it comes to fruition, certainly will be live before it comes online.
And regardless, as you mentioned there, regardless of this development, all this was happening beforehand anyway, and that stems back to what this development could have been years ago, a proposed mall, right?
Yeah, sure, that's a great question. There has been multiple renditions of what this proposed property was going to be, everything from a regional mall to some mixed-use type developments. With that being said, our water and sewer infrastructure are from a capacity standpoint, we can handle a development of the size that's being proposed here.
And the size is rather large, and again, you can get more information about this proposed development online. You can search for that, and the developer does have some information out there and renderings as well if you're not caught up on what the Gathering at South Forsyth really is. Well, let's talk about the Big Creek Greenway. You alluded to it there. This could mean some changes for the Greenway, and a really positive one, it sounds like.
Yeah, changes I think is I think addition to the Greenway is what's there. Our Greenway, as it relates to Forsyth County, goes from the Sawney Mountain Preserve up at the north end of the county all the way down to just to our north here at Halcyon. What this project will do is it will connect that last leg of our Greenway essentially from the Sawney Mountain Preserve 27 miles south to the city of Roswell. Wow. And that's big for a connectivity standpoint in that Greenway.
Yeah. And I'm not running a marathon anytime too soon, I don't think, but this could be something for those out there that do want to go run and get that kind of exercise. That is a long stretch with a lot of really great stops along the way because, as you mentioned, Halcyon, you're talking this proposed development, and then going south into Fulton County too. That really is a game changer for this area. And David, I can't think of many other areas around Metro Atlanta especially that would have something like this from a Greenway connectivity standpoint.
I think it's just that this would be the type project to make that connection for each of those. So we're excited to work with them, work with our Parks and Recreation Department, and see what that would look like.
Okay, so again, all this still proposed at this point in time. The developments are still ongoing when it comes to this project and the ripple effect that could have here on the infrastructure in the area. One of the big questions that we've been getting this week has been public transportation. What would this project mean for public transportation in Forsyth County? What are you seeing?
Let me address the elephant in the room first. Right now, currently, there is no discussions of mass public transportation extending north beyond the Fulton County line. DOT is working on a managed lane project. Those managed lanes function much like our express lane, the south side of Atlanta on State Route 75. These would extend all the way up State Route 400. The bus rapid transit portion of that stops at Windward Parkway. So that's the mass transit that you're referencing, MARTA, if you will, be it rail or buses. None of that is coming to this project. We do have a Link Forsyth transit department within our county, much like the Dial-A-Ride, as a lot of citizens are familiar with. What I will say is those become micro transit nodes, if you will, where you would have your Lyft type transit, your Uber. But as far as mass transit, where you're going to see MARTA rail coming all the way up to here, that is not proposed as part of this project.
All right, so there you go. So a lot of things happening here around this proposed project, the gathering at South Forsyth. We're kind of recapping what we covered here infrastructure-wise on the roads. Interchange at McGinnis Ferry, that's underway right now. If you've driven on 400, you've probably seen that construction. We did it on the move not long ago about that development there. The widening of McGinnis Ferry, that's going to be a tremendous impact as well, moving east and west. And then heading north from this area, Ronald Reagan is getting that extension, which will run into downtown Company.
Yeah, you're bringing up a good point, Russell, is that I think that's one of the positives to this particular site is there's exit points to the east and west when McGinnis Ferry's widened all the way to State Route 85, the new interchange here at 400, and north and south being 400 and Ronald Reagan.
All right, there it is. And of course, the Big Creek Greenway, what that could mean for this as well, all positive things. And then just Commissioner Smonson has talked about it with some local media organizations, the jobs that could be coming here, the business growth that could be coming, what this means for balancing the tax digest, all that information out there as well that could be coming from this proposed development. Again, it's the gathering at South Forsyth here just off of Union Hill and SR 400 at McGinnis Ferry and Ronald Reagan.
So Russell, in addition to the many amenities that are proposed in this proposed development, I think in addition to the infrastructure investments that they're going to have to make as a private developer, there's also a proposed 15,000 square foot fire department that will be housed directly on this piece of property. That has a bigger impact than just this project. That has an impact to the region, from response times to ISO ratings that help out on insurance, both from the commercial and the residential side.
All right, well, folks, if you want to get more information about Forsyth County and some of our bigger construction projects, of course, follow us online at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course at forsythco.com. And always watch On the Move. We got some great information for you coming up. More projects we're going to be talking about this summer. And if you haven't seen it yet, the latest Forsyth County annual report's got some great information in here as well about where Forsyth County currently is today. David, thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for being here.
Russell, thank you. Like I said, it's good to get out of the office.